Hello, good morning. So, get ready with me. Okay, so you'll notice my hair is doing something very strange, and you're right about that. So I did not have a hair tie, and something very traumatic happened to my hair, so I had to just secure it somehow. So I was walking my dog. Guys, I love how my toilet just randomly wants attention and it will just start making noise for absolutely no reason. So I'm walking my dog. I have one of those retractable leashes. And it sucked up my hair. Now, thankfully, I was able to get all my hair out. It does look like my hair did experience a bit of damage, but similar to the damage that one might get if they teased their hair a little bit, backcombed it. Do you remember when everyone did that, when they developed this thing called the bump it, and it was this horrible or wonderful plastic comby contraption with a big old gap so your hair would boom. And then later the teasing came back. So when I was in 7th, 8th grade, it was really popular, tease or bump your hair. You had your side bangs, and then you had your bump it. And then I really found that just teasing or backcombing or even just twisting up and pinning my hair up was more so effective. The bumpets themselves, it was really embarrassing if it showed that you had this plastic device underneath your hair, trying to make it look like you had more thicker hair at your roots, I guess. There was one girl in my class who she would style her hair perfect, and she's like, the bump it is my secret, but I just found teasing or backcombing to be more effective for me personally. And then teasing went away, which was really good because teasing or backcombing your hair is awful for it, completely awful. And then brushing it out at the end of the day is just a horrendous experience. It's just so painful and uncomfortable, and no, I'm over the whole beauty is pain type of thing. Absolutely not. Beauty is not pain. No. Speaking of beauty, guys, look at my outfit. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is like a shorts thing, short skirt dress. I'm going to a workout class, and I am gonna take this off and just wear the fitness dress to the workout class, but I'm trying to show you the whole thing. Okay, back to the history of hairstyles. There's gonna be a series that we can continue. I'd also really love to talk about braids. Okay, so luckily this whole trend kind of came and went, and by 9th grade people were not teasing or bumping their hair anymore. By the way, I graduated high school in 2015, just for reference, so I was in middle school in about 2010, which was a wonderful time to be in middle school, by the way. Middle school is kind of awful for everyone, I think. Middle school is just, it's a really hard time. You're a child, you're a teen, you're trying to figure out how to be a teen. A lot of people are trying to force the whole teenage thing, or they're really just chilling, stuck in their childhood, and it's just enjoying their youth, still being a kid, and there's just so much that's changing and different, and there's so many reasons for kids to say mean things about each other, and I would argue none of those reasons are good, none of them are really valid, but it's just a rough time for everyone. So imagine doing that with the crown of thorns hidden underneath your fluffy hair. That was basically the bump it experience. So by the way, Bump It Corporate, if you're watching this, bless you, love you. You made so many women feel beautiful. I just particularly, the product didn't work for me. It seemed to work great for a lot of people. No offense. Also, I was literally 12, so that's probably why I, didn't have the patience to figure out how to use it. Moving forward, my senior year of high school, everyone starts teasing their hair again. And I was like, oh no, not this time. I'm out. Like, I'm not even trying to keep up with this trend, which is crazy because my whole life, I have really been into trends. And it's so funny because oftentimes when they first come around, I'm like, I don't like that. Like combat boots, I was like, I will never. They're for men. They're for women in the military. They're for people who are hiking, doing tough, manly stuff. They're for people on job sites who don't want to slip. Like, they're for people who work in construction. Everything that I'm not. Like, look at me, guys. I'm like a delicate, sparkly, yoga, dancey, gymnastics, cheerleading. Like, no. Okay. I used to wear like 20 pounds of makeup per day, minimum. Like, I don't think there was a day where I spent less than 20 minutes on my makeup. 90% of the time, I've spent more than an hour or two on my hair and makeup every single day. I was just extremely girly, and combat boots look so masculine. And then wait, do you see these waves and stuff? Okay, guys. Yes, I tried to curl my hair like without heat, just wrapping it around my strap. I had an ulterior motive there. And then also I tried to curl it without heat. I wrapped it around a scrunchie on my head all day long yesterday, and I took it out and thought it didn't curl or wave at all, but I'm like, oh wait, there's a little bit. I'll take it. Anywho, back to my story. So the combat boots, then everyone was wearing them for a year, and then I got some. Loved them so much that I was like, I will keep wearing these even when they go out of style, which I feel like combat boots have stayed in style. They're just not as massive as they were. Like, for me, it was like every girl that I knew who was my age had combat boots, and we wore them with everything. Like dresses, shorts, jeans, sweatpants, like everything. Maybe not sweatpants. I hope not sweatpants, but it felt like every outfit worked with combat boots. I wore my combat boots to my school's professional dress day. Part of it was because I didn't even own those nice little booties. Like, it was wintertime or something, and I was wearing them every day. I had my cheer shoes and my combat boots and like a pair of flip-flops. And I was like, I didn't think it was appropriate to ask my parents to like buy me new shoes for a fake job interview, you know? Okay, back to hair. People started teasing their hair so that they looked like this. Which, as you can see, is a very unflattering look on me because my face is already pretty oval. Now, if somebody has like a very wide, short face, giving them some volume here will like make their face look a bit more balanced. But that clearly does not work for me. What does sometimes kind of work for me is like a somewhat voluminous like side part. But as you can see, I already have so much natural volume on a side part that I have no reason to tease my hair. So the side part, guys, the kittens are meowing. Hold on, I'll show you the kittens. Look at her. She's cleaning the kittens. Oh, look. Okay. I just saw a little ear, like right there. Hi, you're so pretty, Zelda. We all love you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and tell Zelda how pretty she is and how beautiful you think her babies will be. There's a little baby head. Yeah. So one thing that's interesting about Savannah cats is they are, their gestational period, like, is longer. So, especially for like F1. So it's been really interesting because these kittens were born so much louder, stronger, livelier, bigger, and it just makes me so happy to see them like doing so well. My Bengals, they are born smaller and they like are just nursing and like just they're so little bitty and like these guys come out and they're like, oh, I can walk already. And I was like, what? Like, how, what? So I guess there's different phases of walking for kittens. Like there's a, like, I can kind of move around, but I roll over, or like I'm on my tummy, but I'm kind of pulling myself forward sort of, or, you know, moving around somewhat aimlessly, but just trying to get to the feeding station, as I like to call them, the, the nipples. And then there's walking like up on all fours, tummy off the floor. And they didn't come out being able to like walk up on all fours, tummy off the floor, but they were definitely better at moving, and like they had stronger meows right off the bat from, you know, the first moment that they were born. So really, really cool, really interesting just to see that difference there. So my hair needs some leave-in conditioner. Let's go back to talking about hair. If you have any thoughts about hair or cats, if you need prayer for anything random, unrelated, please, you know, comment down below. And I might have mentioned this already, but my analytics have told me that 98% of my viewers are not subscribed. So please, please, please do go check out my shorts. And if you've gone through 2 or 3 shorts and you like them, subscribe. Or take a risk and like subscribe right now if you think you like me and my cats. Or if you love Jesus, because I talk about him quite a lot too. Okay, so, and if you don't, I still love you, so, you know, still subscribe. Okay, that's enough of the commercial. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. So, at this point, I decided, here was my compromise my senior year of high school. So the shorter my hair is, the more wavy or curly my hair naturally is. My hair is like, some days it looks like it's almost naturally straight. Some days it's completely pin straight, but that's quite rare. You know, most of the time it's like, some chunks are straight, some chunks are wavy. Occasionally I've got a curl in here or there. Really, the curls, they are pretty much a thing of the past. At this point, it's straight with a little bit of random waves. Because, I'm trying to think which product do I want to put on the ends of my hair here. Because the length of the hair like weighs it down more and more and more. So, at the time, and even back then, like, you know, so many people say like, oh, if you have wavy or curly hair, like, don't brush it when it's dry. And so what I would do is I would part my hair like this, and I would only brush like a little bit of it, like just kind of spot brush, or just like, so my hair was shorter and it did this, I would always go like this with my hair, to the point that I kind of trained it to do this like spirally thing like that. And then I would kind of sometimes go like this and like pin it up like that. And I wanted to kind of train it to, you know, floof. And yeah, this is exactly what my hair was doing. See that? And this. And then my hair was like this. Somewhere between this long and this long. Hair this long on me just freaks me out. Like this long I can handle, but it was probably about to here. Yeah, that's probably correct. So I would go through and like brush all my hair, but probably like only every like 3 days, because otherwise these pieces like wouldn't do this little flippy, curly, wavy, whatever thing. Back to the middle. So that is my experience with hair trends in high school and middle school. And you know what I did? I straightened and curled my hair all the time. From like 7th grade until 11th, 12th grade, I straightened or curled my hair almost every day. I think I wore my hair natural like 5 times per year. And I had this one friend who really, really encouraged me to wear my natural hair, and I'm so thankful for her. You know, her hair always looked amazing and she was really beautiful, and like her opinion meant the world to me. And I really, like, who knows, like maybe she's the reason why, like, to this day I can, you know, wear my hair natural just about every single day. I think also just like length, the longer my hair is, I remember there was this girl in my high school, she was older than me, she had like this long mermaid hair, and her wave pattern was a lot like mine. Like it was pretty random, you know, like one side of her hair might be more wavy and the other side might be more straight. But I felt like since it was so long, it was like much more forgiving. Like you don't expect a mermaid to have perfect hair. They live in the ocean, you know? Like whoosh, whoosh in the waves and the seaweed. And there's probably some crushed up seashells in there just by accident. But like, so she was inspiration to me as well. And I don't think I even spoke to her. She kind of like almost looked like Taylor Swift. She was not Taylor Swift, by the way, unfortunately. But that would have been cool. But it's like so good to have people who look like you in some way, like some sort of feature similar to you, or who you find beautiful, or you know, having other people who you think are smart in a certain area compliment you in that area. Like my friend who loved my natural hair, she went on to be a hairstylist, and she was like, she's the one who taught me how to tease my hair. She would tease my hair for me when I wanted it to look better than I could do. I thought I had finished brushing my hair, but I think I found some colics, and so I'm gonna try to like help those calm down. So I just really encourage you guys to like tell your friends. Sorry, I found a knot, I guess, or something. Tell your friends what you like about them, compliment them, and not to just... Sorry, I found some more tangles. Not to just... Wow, the pain is real today, guys. I think my hair actually might be sticking to this like textured velvet or something. I don't know what's going on here. I think I got a little too overconfident brushing my hair, thinking it was like, you know, totally detangled, and so I was kind of not using my regular technique there, and that did not work. Compliment your friends, your spouse, your children, your loved ones, not only based on how they look, but also on the skills they're good at, on the talents they have. Like if you see them working really hard at something, just be like, hey, I see you working so hard at this, and I just wanted to let you know, like, I am really impressed with your excellent work in that area. If you want to brainstorm some random acts of kindness or things you can like say or do, I know so many people have been talking about how like having a bit of a script or an idea of like what to say to someone makes things so much easier and just makes them feel doable. I think for a lot of people, like complimenting someone, especially, you know, in a certain way, is a bit out of their comfort zone. It's just not something they're used to. It's not something they've done a whole lot before, but I really and truly do believe that taking yourself out of your comfort zone is 100% the key to growth. So thank you so much for joining me as I took 18 minutes to brush my 3 feet of hair. Once again, before we leave, I will show you my... Holy cow, that was weird. I'm so sorry about that sound, guys. My beloved Zelda, and right now she's just gazing at her kittens. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Zelda. Yeah, so she's tired. She's not gonna look at us anymore. What the heck? I'm so sorry about that, guys. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Bye.